So these are some of the more commonly asked questions from you all distributors. If you have other questions, please feel free to get them to Drew. Please feel free to ask me questions after this event is over. But let's start with this session. So as Drew said, there's 10 questions that I turned into sort of a Mythbuster format. So the first myth question: carbs are bad for you. Why are they in Neolife shakes? So carbohydrates make our body and our brains run. We couldn't survive without carbohydrates. Even people that are on high protein diets, they get some carbohydrates. They have to. So carbohydrates break down into simple sugars that our body and our brain uses for fuel and for energy. When our brains are at rest, like say for example, when we're asleep at night, our brain uses up 25% of those simple sugars that come from carbohydrates. But when we're awake, our brains use 2/3 of the carbohydrates, of those simple sugars that come from carbohydrates that we consume. Also, there's research that shows that that athletes, when they consume carbohydrates before an athletic event, do better. And people that just like doing their own fitness routine, they're going to get more out of their workout if they consume carbohydrates before their workout. So carbohydrates are essential. They're not just good for you, they're essential. Myth busted. Myth number 2, collagen is the best source of protein. So collagen, this will never be true. Collagen is not a complete source of protein. In order to be a complete source of protein, you have to have 9 essential amino acids. Collagen is missing an essential amino acid called tryptophan. I have seen so many products on the marketplace, collagen products, and they'll list protein as one of the benefits of the products. It is unscientific and completely misleading, and it will never be true, because collagen, it's impossible to build protein from collagen. Now, collagen is the supporting structure for our skin and our muscle and our bones. Obviously, we need to have good, strong collagen in our bodies. Our Neolife shake will provide everything that you need to produce collagen. The 3 amino acids that are needed to produce collagen are proline, hydroxyproline, and glycine. Those are in our Neolife shake. Collagen is not a good source of protein. Myth busted. Myth number 3, it's better to buy less expensive supplements than spend money on Neolife. I think I covered this earlier. If you buy cheap products, you get cheap products. Most companies spend their money on marketing, have very leftover for their products. Neolife, we spend our money on science and quality and efficacy. So you literally get what you pay for. I actually tell people if they buy cheap products, they might as well just swallow their money. That's what I tell people. Myth busted. Myth number 4, I get all my nutrition through food, so I don't need supplements. Well, most people I know don't eat perfectly. So people need to supplement. However, say someone does eat perfectly. They're still not going to get therapeutic amounts of vitamin D or therapeutic amounts of CoQ10 or omega-3s or other really important vitamins and minerals and nutrients. So even if people eat perfectly, it's still really important to take supplements to optimize your health and to help prevent chronic illnesses happening from later down the road. Myth busted. Number 5, because I take a lot of supplements, I don't have to worry about my food choices. So it's great if you're taking a lot of supplements, a lot of Neolife supplements. That's a really good thing. But of course, we have to worry about our food choices. For example, if we take supplements, but then our diet is made out of those obesogenic foods I talked about earlier, fatty, fried, sugary, saturated fats, what happens is those saturated fats inundate our cells. The research shows if we eat too much saturated fat, it inundates our cells, and then our cells can't function. And that creates illnesses and disease. So it's important to make good food choices and to take supplements. Myth busted. Number 6, my family has a history of chronic illnesses like heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and so on. So I've resigned myself to suffering from them in the future too. Well, the research has shown very clearly that all of these diseases are lifestyle related. Maybe some people might have, more of a predisposition to getting some of these diseases because of their family history. That's absolutely entirely possible. But at the end of the day, this is under our control. Our lifestyle is under our control. We can make whatever changes that we need so that we don't have to suffer the same fate that some of our family members did. So this is absolutely myth busted. Number 7, once I feel a difference or a benefit from my supplements, then I can stop taking them. Well, one of the nice things about Neolife is a lot of people do experience a benefit in a relatively short period of time. And even the clinical trials that we have on our products show that they work in a relatively short period of time. Like the study we have on carotenoid complex, it boosts the immune system in just a few weeks. But the thing is you want to keep taking supplements just like you want to keep making good food choices. Making good food choices and taking supplements actually turn on genes that help prevent diseases, and they turn off genes that cause diseases. So you want to keep making good food choices, and you want to keep taking your Neolife supplements. Myth busted. Number 8, we get this one a lot. Soy is bad for you, and too much causes breast cancer. So the research is really clear that soy actually helps prevent breast cancer. And if women have had breast cancer, it can help prevent a recurrence. Soy is a legume. It contains something called phytoestrogens. All legumes contain phytoestrogens. Pick your legume. Kidney beans, black beans, lima beans, garbanzo beans, any kind of legume contains phytoestrogens. And what phytoestrogens do is they bind with the estrogen receptor sites in our bodies. And they actually prevent our bodies from making too much estrogen. If we make too much estrogen, that increases our risk of breast cancer. So because legumes and soy contain phytoestrogens, it mitigates, it reduces the amount of estrogen that the body produces. That's why it's protective. So soy helps prevent breast cancer. If women have had breast cancer, it helps prevent recurrences. The only time that women would want to talk with their doctors about avoiding soy is if they have estrogen-dependent breast cancer and they're in the middle of treatment. But other than that, soy is really good for you and helps prevent breast cancer. Myth busted. Number 9, there are supplements that act as a natural Ozempic weight loss drug. Now, what Ozempic does is it targets something called GLP-1, which helps regulate blood sugar, and by doing that, it helps people lose weight. Since Ozempic and these weight loss drugs have come into the marketplace, I have seen countless companies come out with products that say that they're a natural Ozempic and that they will have the same effect on the body as Ozempic does. And they boast that they have the research to prove it. I have looked at every single article by every single company that I've seen, and their research is terrible. It's all marketing. There are no supplements that act as a weight loss drug. There are absolutely ways to use supplements to lose weight. We can use Botanical Balance to help regulate our blood sugar. We can use Neolife Shake, get that extra protein to help us lose weight. We can increase our dietary fiber and also take those fiber tablets to help us lose weight. So there's lots of ways that supplements can create an environment in our body that helps us lose weight. But there is no product out there that will act like a drug. Myth busted. Last one. I need to keep taking my medication for high blood sugar or high blood pressure or high cholesterol, even if Neolife supplements are making me feel better. So we've had a lot of people that have shared with us that once that they start taking Neolife supplements, that they have been able to reduce or get off their medication for high blood sugar or high blood pressure or high cholesterol. They do it obviously in consultation with their doctors. In fact, at the event yesterday in Durban, a woman stood up and she said that she'd been on taking metformin for 10 years. And when she started taking Neolife's products, including the Botanical Balance, she started talking to her doctor about getting off of metformin, and she was able to. So it is entirely possible that with really good food choices and taking the right supplements, people can reduce their medication or get off of them entirely. Again, obviously in consultation with their doctor. So, myth busted. So, again, if you have questions, please send them to Drew. Please feel free to ask me after this event. I'm really happy to be here with you all. This is a great event. Thank you.